So today we're cleaning this 4,700 square foot house. We're going to be cleaning just the outside windows and screens for $345. I'll walk you through real quickly how we came up with the price and also how we attack cleaning the exterior job. Now, if you haven't watched my channel much yet, then you wouldn't know, but I price by square footage. Since it's 4,700 square feet, we simply ask them a few questions. Mostly it's based off of that number. We have a multiple for exterior windows, about 7 cents per square foot. And it varies a little bit from house to house depending on several factors. And you got to figure out what works in your area. We ask if they have any hazing on the glass, if there's any hard water stains, divided windows like French panes, or solar screens as well. If they have any of those things, the price will go up a few percent higher. So that's how we figure it out. But on this case, I'll walk you through how many windows they have so you can see exactly what the cost came to. So up here in the front, we have 9 single hung windows along with 4 of those little individual panes up above. We kind of just count those as a half typically. Here on one side of the house, we've got 2 windows right there. And then up here, we've got another 2 windows in this little courtyard. That makes 15. Back here, we've got 18 single hung windows and then 9 single panes. All right, last side of the house, we've got those 2, 3, 4, and then a single. So all together, $345 for 41 panes. Comes out to about $850 per pane, maybe a little less, $840 something. And it's worth mentioning that this is one of the early houses I cleaned after moving to Texas. And so I have raised my prices for all my new customers. Now it'd be closer to about $10 per window if you're just going off the square footage. So you got to be careful with your own pricing. Calculate how many windows or how many square foot of a house you can do in an hour and work out your prices from there with the margins that will be profitable for you. So if you're going to be eventually hiring people, you don't want to spend half of your revenue on paying your employees. So whatever rate they're working at, you want to make sure that you're going to be making more money than they're earning. And ideally, you want to keep that as close to between 30 and 40% of the revenue going towards employees. That's ideal. So now that we've counted everything up, just so you get an idea of pricing, I'll walk you through how we set up our workflow, particularly right now with 2 guys. All right, so I am removing all of the screens and my helper is getting all of the windows cleaned right now. And it doesn't really matter who does what. Sometimes screens can be a little bit difficult to remove. In this case, these window screens all have to come out from the inside. So one person goes inside, starts removing all the screens, trying to stay ahead of the person cleaning the windows. And so that way they can get started right off the back with cleaning the glass, doing what makes the money. While that person is cleaning the glass, the other person goes back around, collects the screens, keep them in the same order as what you take them out. I just stack one on top of the next, circling around the entire home, making sure that I don't miss anything or scramble any screens. That makes it so that when I come back to put everything away, it's going to be in the same order as when I grabbed it from next to the window, which makes it hard to lose things. And with a house like this, over 40 windows, becomes that much more expensive if you make that mistake because you'll spend an hour trying to unscramble screens. So just find a method that works for you to organize and stick with it. Okay, so now I've got all the screens nice and carefully stacked. They're in order. I know which one goes next to the door and I work around from that place. And, if I'm taking the screens up from the outside and I don't have to go inside to put everything back, then I might set them into 4 different stacks, one for each side of the house. Or I might if there's upstairs, I'll keep the upstairs separate from the downstairs every time. That way, if I'm going upstairs, no, the stack goes up, the stack stays down. We can have 2 people going at the same time. But right now, the important thing is that he's working and I'm working. And then we want to make sure that we can both keep working the whole time. Because anytime somebody slows down or stops, you're going to start losing money because you're having to pay for time and time is money. So he's staying busy. I'm going to start washing the screens. When I'm done washing all the screens, then I can get out here and start helping with cleaning the glass. But I don't want to do that until the screens are cleaned. I mean, we dry them off ourselves, but you want to make sure they're dry before you're going to put them back inside, especially if you're carrying them through the house like I'm going to be doing. And before we finish cleaning the windows, I'll go inside and I'll start staging all the screens and start putting the screens away in the windows that he cleaned first. That way I'm tracking behind him and I don't catch up with him with installing the screens. If one of us gets ahead of the other near the end, then ideally, I'm going to finish putting the screens back before he's done. He's going to be done before I put the screens back. And so he will start cleaning up, pull up the hoses and everything. If he's waiting around for me, he knows right away just to come to the truck, grab a few door hangers and put them on the neighbor's house. As much time as it takes for me to finish what I'm doing, he can stay focused on getting new customers. And then everything wraps up. He's out here waiting, ready for me to go, and we can go to the next job in a hurry. If you happen to be doing a house like this by yourself, still doable, same idea. You just remove the screens first, start from the back and work your way forward. With the water-fed pole hose, obviously, we're kind of limited on a leash. This is a pretty big property, and so the hose doesn't actually reach all the way around the house. So we have to go, we start where the water-fed pole filter system is, go down the side and around the back as far as we can, and we know which section of windows we started cleaning first. After he gets to the front, he's going to go back to the back through this other side, and then our little leash of that hose is going to reach around to that section of windows where we first started at, and he'll work his way to the front from there. And if I'm going to be cleaning at the same time as him, then I'll basically mirror that. I'll start where he started and work around in the opposite direction of him, so that way if we meet in the middle, we're both done at the same time and we move on to the next stage. All right, guys, now it's time for me to set up the screen cleaner and get to work. But if any of you have any questions, whether it's about pricing or about workflow, how to set up a job for one guy or for two guys, let me know and I'll answer as quickly as I can. If this is helpful for you, let me know also, and I'll see you guys in the next video.